Okay, so I just wanted to have a quick chit chat kind of thing about how I've been feeling since I got my diagnosis and whatnot. Not necessarily physically, more like mentally. I just wanted to touch on the topic of like realness, I guess. In my You're Not Broken video, that one that I did, I talked about how I was okay with getting a diagnosis that didn't have a cure, because at this point I just wanted a diagnosis. And it's really easy to say that kind of thing when you haven't actually heard that it's gonna be forever. I will have RSD for the rest of my life. There are medications that we can try that will hopefully get rid of the pain so that I can do those physical therapies, but there will always be the chance of relapsing if I do anything on my list of things I'm not allowed to do anymore. I think it just kind of really hit me when I had a sympathetic nerve block that was supposed to take away the pain in my left leg. And it went great. It went completely as planned. There weren't any complications. I'm not allergic to contrast, which is good. We didn't know if I'd be allergic to that or not. But I talked with my doctor and it didn't work. That's something that's really frustrating because it rules out a lot of other different like treatment options. It just kind of feels like a step back, and during those days I was just kind of lying in bed realizing how incredibly real this is. And that's something that is just kind of hard to deal with, I guess. Being so happy that you get a diagnosis. Like, I was overjoyed, and I'm still overjoyed that I have a diagnosis. But it would have been great to have a diagnosis that had approved treatment and an easy plan of action, rather than having a diagnosis that has no approved treatment and a billion different ways, and how people respond to it is totally up to how their body works. And I don't know, it's just kind of upsetting. Especially hearing my doctor tell me I'm not allowed to ever lift heavy weights again. I'm not allowed to ever do any high impact kind of exercising again, which it hurts, because if you know me, I did like competitive CrossFit and competitive lifting for a long time, and that was a big part of who I was for a good while. Even when I do gain muscle back, when we find a treatment that works, I will never be allowed to do those again, for the risk of it sending me into a relapse that we have to find a new treatment for. I don't know, that's not something in the brochure of having a chronic illness. And it's not something people talk about, because people don't often talk about chronic illnesses, especially rare ones. I don't know, it's hard because especially right now, as I am just continuing to go downhill, like today is a pretty good day pain-wise and stuff, but I still have all of these symptoms because RSD affects a lot of the body, and being in pain will do that. So like I've cut a lot of this out already, I'm sure, because I stop every like 20 seconds because I forget what I'm saying. I have awful short-term memory now. This is gonna be something that I'm gonna have to manage and constantly think about for the rest of my life. Is like really hard to, I guess, grasp. But I'm gonna keep fighting. I have an appointment with my doctor later in April, kind of early April, and we're gonna talk about more treatment options, because it's good that we haven't ruled all of them out. There are still several more that we have yet to try, and I'm willing to try, and I'm excited to try. So we have that, but I just kind of wanted to share what I'm going through, because in my diagnosis video I'm happy and I'm great, and I'm still like happy that I have a diagnosis, but I'm just realizing the reality of it. And it's, you know, it's hard, but I know that there's a bigger plan than the one I have, and that everything will be good eventually. Just right now we just gotta keep looking and keep going in the reality of having a chronic illness. So with that being said, rejoice in the day and be glad in it, and I will see you later. Bye.